All right, so today we are going to learn how to create a lower third for Good Morning Illini. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Courses, and then Journalism 460, and we're going to go in the Good Morning Illini folder, GMI. It's in the Shared folder. So we're double clicking to get into these folders, and then GMI Fall 2019 is the semester that we are currently in. So a lot of things that we're going to need are in the folder called Production Needs. So we're going to click on Production Needs, and then there's an entire folder just called GMI Lower Third. And we're going to select the PNG file right now, not the PSD, the Photoshop, but this one over here. You can tell the file by the little last 3 letters in the file name. So we're going to download that. And then we're going to go ahead and head into Premiere. So in Premiere, I have my raw footage here, and we're going to want to first off make sure you have it imported. So you can File, Import, and then you'll see whatever's on your desktop there, so you can just click Import there and import whatever footage you need. So now that we have everything imported and ready to go, we're going to drag our GMI lower third into the timeline over our footage. So the blue is our footage, this is our audio that goes along with our footage, and this is the graphic that is going to go on top of it. So for lower third, we want it to start about when the person starts talking, if it's for this type of lower third. So let's just listen.
Good morning, Illini. We got a live guest this week.
Okay, so that starts right about when he starts talking. So we have it in the right place. Now we need to fill in all the text here. So what I'm going to do is go over to my text tool, or type tool, and I'm going to just click, and it's going to start a whole new little text bubble for me, and then it's going to open up all of the effects control options, and that controls stuff like the size and the font and the color. So we're always going to want to have the font Adobe Garamond Pro. We're going to make it bold. It's always going to be white font, and then for the shadow we're going to click here and make sure that it's all the way black. So usually if you start a new thing, it's somewhere down here. You're going to make it totally black, hit OK, and we should be good to go. So now I can type whatever I want. So the first thing that I want to do for this blue line is person talking, their name. And then if I want to move anything, I always have to go back to my little cursor selection tool. And then we're going to center that so there's a little bit of space here. It'll look better when it's like a longer name, but this is just an example. So we've got his name for the first blue line. Next, we're going to go take our type tool and type on this orange line. And for this line, we're going to do either the location if it's a VO, or we're going to do the person's title. So if this person were an anchor, we type anchor. If they were the mayor of Champaign we were interviewing, we would type mayor. But for right now, we're just going to do title, just for an example. Use our little selection tool over here to move it. And we can also resize it a little because obviously this line's a little shorter. That's probably the spacing we want. And finally, for this last little wooden line here, we're going to go back to our text tool. And this is the line where we do social media sort of text. So if this person were speaking on, say, an event that had a certain hashtag they wanted to use, we would type that there. If this person has just a Twitter or a Instagram or a Facebook page they wanted us to plug, we would just type their handle here. So for right now, we're just going to use username, and back to our selection tool. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller since this is definitely the smallest line, and then we're gonna drag that all the way to the far right. And that looks good. That's about the spacing we want. So we've got all our titles filled in. Now we're gonna watch back our footage here. And we're just looking at the graphics. So we can see here that the graphic comes up quite a bit before the actual text. And then if we keep watching, the graphic goes away, but the text stays on screen for a little while. So what we need to do here is align our these purple blocks, our graphic blocks, so that they come in and come out of frame at the same time. So now we're going to watch just to make sure. So they come in at the same time and then they're off at the same time. So it looks good. So what we're going to do at the end of everything is make sure we save it. So File, Save. Shortcut is Command S. And there you go, lower thirds.